Welcome to Heart Tales, where we unravel the mysteries of love, one story at a time. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or just trying to figure it all out, you're in the right place. Grab a cozy blanket, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get started. Because here at Heart Tales, we believe every heart has a story worth telling. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's begin this journey together. So today's video is going to be an emotional roller coaster because we're going to talk about a couple who hated each other's guts before they realized that they were meant to be. A lot of you guys know that I'm a sucker for those enemies to lovers trope, so this story is basically my jam. I think it's one of the best tropes out there. I mean, who doesn't love a good hate to love story? Anyways, let's meet our lovely couple, shall we? So the story starts with a girl named Megan. She was just your typical 22-year-old college student. You know, she was studying hard, trying to find her way in life. But Megan had a pretty big problem. Her parents wanted her to get married and settle down, but she just wasn't ready for that kind of commitment. And to make matters worse, her blind date after blind date kept setting her off. First, there was the guy who talked only about himself and his achievements. Then there was the guy who brought his mom along on their date. Yeah, that was weird. And then there was the guy who thought that all women were gold diggers. Like, come on, really? Megan was starting to lose hope. She felt like she would never find her perfect match. Meanwhile, there was this guy named Ben. He was also a 22-year-old college student, but he was a bit different from Megan. He was smart, charming, and ambitious. Basically the kind of guy that every girl wanted to date. But Ben didn't care about that. He was too busy working on his business and achieving his goals. He didn't have time for meaningless flings. Now, as fate would have it, Megan and Ben ended up taking the same class together. And from the moment they met, they couldn't stand each other. Megan thought that Ben was arrogant and self-absorbed, while Ben thought that Megan was immature and ditzy. They argued about everything, which made their classmates uncomfortable. I mean, who wouldn't be creeped out by two people constantly arguing in class? But one day, something unexpected happened. Megan and Ben were assigned to work on a group project together. And at first, they were reluctant to work together. They were still angry at each other and couldn't stand the sight of each other. But as they started working on the project, they began to see a different side of each other. Megan realized that Ben was actually really dedicated and hardworking. And Ben realized that Megan was actually really creative and smart. They started to develop feelings for each other, but they tried to ignore it because they were afraid to admit that they were wrong about each other. I mean, how could they be attracted to someone that they hated? As the project went on, their feelings for each other grew stronger. And one night, they decided to have a heart-to-heart. They talked about their feelings and admitted that they were wrong about each other. And finally, they gave in to their feelings and started dating. Yep, you heard that right. The two people who couldn't stand each other were now dating. Talk about a plot twist. Their classmates were shocked when they saw them holding hands in the hallway. And Megan and Ben were happy to see that all the attention was on them. They were in love and didn't care what others thought. But their classmates' shock soon turned into envy. Everyone wanted to know how Megan and Ben went from hating each other's guts to being the cutest couple on campus. And to be honest, Megan and Ben were pretty clueless, too. They had no idea how it happened, but they were just glad that they were together. Now, here's where things get interesting. As Megan and Ben's relationship progressed, they started to realize that their classmates were starting to spread rumors about them. Apparently, some people thought that Megan was only dating Ben for his looks or money, while others thought that Ben was only dating Megan to get back at her for all the times she embarrassed him in class. They tried to ignore the rumors, but they started to take a toll on their relationship. Megan and Ben started to doubt each other's feelings. And before they knew it, they were fighting again. But this time it was different. They were fighting about the rumors and their classmates' opinions. They didn't even know who to believe anymore. Was their relationship just a product of their classmates' obsession with them? Were the rumors true? Or was their love just a coincidence? In the end, Megan and Ben decided to break up. They were tired of the constant drama and they needed space to think. After they broke up, Megan threw herself into her studies. She didn't want to think about Ben or the rumors. She just needed to focus on herself. On the other hand, Ben went back to his old ways. He threw himself into his work and tried to forget about the breakup. Months went by and the drama between Megan and Ben seemed to have died down. The rumors were no longer a thing and their classmates had moved on to the next hot topic. However, Megan and Ben couldn't move on from each other. They missed each other's presence in their lives. And deep down, they knew that they still had feelings for each other. One day, Megan was working in the library when she saw Ben walking towards her. She couldn't help but smile. It was like seeing an old friend. But Ben didn't seem to be smiling. In fact, he looked sad. Megan asked him what was wrong and Ben opened up to her. He told her that he had broken up with his girlfriend. Turns out that Ben's new girlfriend was nothing like Megan. She was popular, but not in a genuine way. She was the type of girl who only cared about her appearance and status. And Ben couldn't take it anymore. He missed Megan's intelligence and kindness. He missed the way she challenged him and made him laugh. He missed everything about her. Megan listened patiently and when Ben was done, she hugged him. She knew exactly how he felt. She had gone through the same thing when she broke up with him. The two of them talked for hours that day and by the end of it, they realized that they still had feelings for each other. They took another chance on their relationship and this time it was stronger than ever. They had learned from their mistakes and they were determined to make it work. From then on, Megan and Ben became inseparable. They supported each other through thick and thin. They were each other's best friends and lovers. Their classmates watched in awe as the couple who once hated each other's guts became the epitome of a successful power couple. They were the ones who had it all: brains, beauty and most importantly, love. The end. And that, my friends, is the story of Megan and Ben. A story about how sometimes the people you hate the most can become the people you love the most. Isn't that just the way life works? Sometimes you gotta hate to get to the love, you know? Anyways, what did you guys think of the story? Let me know in the comments below. I personally loved it. I mean, who doesn't love a good old enemies to lovers story? It's just so satisfying to see them realize that they're meant to be. And if you're still single, don't worry. Your person is out there somewhere. Just keep an open mind and a loving heart. You never know who you might end up with. It might even be someone who you currently hate. Just kidding. Or am I? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.